Okay, this question is looking for kind of one catch-all tip for cross racing. It's a little bit difficult for me to distill cross racing into one item, so I'm gonna fudge it a little bit with a few tips kind of wrapped up into one larger theme, which is cornering. To me, this is getting good at cornering will give you kind of all the advantages in cross racing. Watch videos, work with a coach, study line choice, remember that everything within the tape on the course is fair game. Don't kind of get pulled into the burned in line on course, because that's often kind of not the fastest line. But improving your cornering is kind of the single biggest improvement that you can make with cyclocross. Sometimes you're going to corner like you do on a mountain bike, kind of standing up, level pedals. Sometimes you're going to corner more like a roadie, where you're seated with the outside foot dropped, outside foot weighted. Kind of depends on the gradient and speed. Choose lines that give you grip and confidence in the corners. A lot of the time that means, like, if the course is slick or muddy, you're going to look for the area of grass that still is going to give you some traction. And again, a lot of times that's not the burned in line. And it might be the very, very edge of the course where you really are kind of riding along the tape. So you want to be looking for traction out there. Another thing that I see a ton of is people being over geared out of the corners. Like, you need to pre-shift into the corner so that when you exit the corner, you can really get on top of the pedals, instead of like having to mash a huge gear to get back up to speed. So that just means, shifting kind of 1 to 3 times as you enter a corner, so that you're in the right gear when you exit. And then, just like mountain biking, it's like in slow, out fast. That means you want to probably scrub a little more speed than you think or you want to as you exit the corner, because that will allow you to stay off the brakes in the corner. What really kills exit speed, and remember, exit speed is really kind of what we're looking for in cornering. It doesn't matter how fast you come into the corner. It doesn't matter how fast you get around the corner. What matters is how fast you come out of the corner. And so if you enter the corner too fast and you have to grab the brakes when you're in the corner, that really kills your exit speed. And so what that means is you might need to slow down a little bit more than you think or you want to as you enter the corner, but that will allow you to be off the brakes when you're in the corner, and you will come out of the corner with more speed. So try this out. I think a lot of people, they don't want to hit the brakes too much entering the corner because it feels like, oh, this is so slow. But if it allows you to be off the brakes when you're in the corner, it is going to be faster. So yeah, go out and experiment. But yeah, emphasis on exit speed. So again, line choice, body position, and brake timing, and then get your eyes up. I mean, to me, that's my entire mantra in cross, is keeping my eyes up, because it makes you ride a lot smoother and pulls you around corners, so to speak. So a few tips kind of wrapped up in one theme.